Our story begins with a magnificent 2-hour drive through the Karri Forest to arrive here, at my parents' sweet little property on the south coast of Western Australia.
Okay, the car's ready. How's the baby, Constance?
Yes,
Pretty good?
so our daughter's with her grandparents and we're off on our first excursion without the baby. So we've got a limited time frame, so we better get going. But what are we doing?
Let's go diving for some abalone. We lived on seafood for so many years and now we've been living on land food, but time for a little bit of reminiscence.
Yeah.
And I'm dying to go for a snorkel, so let's hit it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Access to the beach we were heading to was 4-wheel drive only, and in the old farm ute with zero suspension, it made for a pretty uncomfortable trip. Thankfully, we were only driving for about 20 minutes. Whilst much, much slower, sailing to remote beaches on our old sailboat was a lot more comfortable. We arrived at our beach just as the sea breeze was coming in. We knew the winds were going to increase, so we wasted no time gearing up and getting into the water. I was really excited to go hunting again for some wild seafood, which is what we lived off whilst we were sailing around Australia. It had been a while since we last went diving for abalone, and we were hoping we still had our eye in and a good breath hold. The area that we chose to dive in looked like a good abalone habitat, but there was quite a lot of surge in there, so you'll have to forgive the shaky footage. The abalone we found here were rose abalone. They are quite a lot smaller than the green lip and black lip abalone we found in Tasmania and further east when we were still sailing. The minimum take size for these abalone is 60mm. However, the bag limit for these species is much greater than for the black lip and green lip abalone, with Troy and I being able to take up to 20 each under our individual licences. Since it was quite difficult to confirm the size of the abalone whilst we were in the surging water, we double-checked them once we got to the rocks on shore. Back at the farm, showered and with our hungry daughter fed, it was time to prepare our abalone.
So we've got our abalone. They're not particularly big, this species. Pretty tasty though. Easy to process, just a butter knife, and we're just trying to scrape them behind the foot there to make sure that we don't leave anything behind on the shell. And then just take the roe and the guts away. After this then it'll be Pasky's department, so going and fetching them is a good excuse to go for a swim. And they're quite a tasty little morsel.
We found that these abalone do not need any pounding to tenderise the meat if you slice them thinly and only cook them for a short period of time at low heat. We decided to cook them quite simply, starting with a base of lightly sautéed garlic in butter. I then added the abalone and cooked them in the garlic butter for a couple of minutes before adding cream and seasoning the whole dish with salt and pepper. We garnished with chopped chives and purple chive flowers. Our abalone dinner was served with some of our homegrown beans and salad from the farm, and some crispy baked locally grown Kipfler potatoes. It felt special to sit down as a 3-generation family and enjoy this homegrown and gathered meal. It's funny that as a teenager, I really didn't enjoy, or I didn't let on that I enjoyed it, spending the time down here with my parents and brothers, preferring to be with my friends and the hustle, bustle and excitement of city life. Back then, I never would have picked that I'd end up living and raising a family in the country, but I know now that I wouldn't have it any other way. Thanks everyone for subscribing to our channel and joining us this week. If you enjoyed the video, thanks also for hitting the like button. If you'd like to watch some more videos of us catching and cooking seafood, there are plenty more in our free-range sailing playlist, and I've popped a couple of our favourites on screen now. See you next time.